Hey yo, man, sign up for my Patreon, 10 cash a month, and get access to that new series comment game where I'm violating dudes on the comments. Nah, I'm chilling, man, but I'm responding to some of these idiotic comments that are made on the channel. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes I just gotta let dudes have it. You heard? Pause. But yeah, that's on my Patreon, man. Comment gang, you feel me? You get to hear me, you get to hear and experience my black belt in sarcasm. Cause I got a black belt in sarcasm. You heard? For dudes who wanna say silly things in the comments. You heard? So make sure you join that Patreon, man. Comment gang in the building. Slim Blunt Militia. We run it, you heard? Get at me. But yo, make sure you go to that All Rider playlist, you heard, and catch up on some of this Far Rock, Rikers Island history. You heard, we heard a whole lot about the bro Sha-Wells. Now we get to hear it from the horse's mouth, you heard? So shout out to the whole Far Rockaway, shout out to Edgemere. You heard, we got the bro Sha-Wells in the building talking about his first time on Rikers Island, as well as his most legendary fight that he ever had on Rikers Island, what he calls the best fight he ever had on Rikers Island. You heard? Let's get it.
You know the chains is hanging, right? I swept all of them chains off his neck and gave him a one piece to back him up so I could get time to stash the chains. I stashed him, pull that ice pick out, got up on him. Lady on the bubble see me, she said, please stop. I was like, nah. She hit that button. I was still putting in work.
But what's goody though, man? What's good?
I was listening to the last one, and
that was the bro T-Bone Blast from Van Dyke from the Ville.
I just heard my name, me and Mick name, so I said, yo, being that he don't know, I'ma holler at him. You know what I'm saying? Give it straight from the horse's mouth.
You said that was in Mar 9?
Yeah, man. Was it Mar 9? I don't even think me and Mick knew each other good like that. But I was in the back bunk, and I forgot the police name in that house, man. I think it was Taylor. In Mar 9, he had the uptown side. So I think this is around the time Coming to America was coming on TV. And he came to us, he's like, yo, my side TV broke. We gonna get y'all some ice cream for it. We was like, you bugging out. Crazy. We ain't see it Coming to America yet, man. We don't want that. He said, all right. Somebody got to step up to fight then. So we was like, all right, so, we sent somebody out there. But when I seen who came through that door, I was like, nah, they gonna get the TV. Nah, he ain't fighting, I'm fighting. Because I seen how big this nigga was. I ain't know him like that, but I knew his handle. I was like, nah, he can't be that. Nah, he gonna demolish this nigga, man. I gotta step up in here. If they ain't taking this TV, we watching Coming to America tonight. So I came out, I was like, nah, Teller. I think that's the police name, Teller too. I was like, nah, let me, I got this one. So he was like, all right. He knew of me and I knew of him, but we didn't actually kicked it until after the fight. You know what I mean? So, we did shout out to Mick too, man. Shout out to Mick, man. That's my dude right there too, man. I got mad love for him. And I wanted to send you a flick of me and him too, because he came through and scooped me up and we hung out. So shout out to Mick, man. But that fight was one of my best fights. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it was my best fight with Mick Ayel. That's a fact. And it went down. But they didn't get that TV though, you know what I'm saying? They did not get that TV. But yeah, that was a good fight for me, man.
Now was Was that a long fight or was that shit over quick?
It was a long. I could tell you that's one of my best fights. It was a long fight. We was getting it in. I ain't gonna front. He buckled me, whereas I say, oh, this thing is for real. So I had to like get a little extra gorilla, and we just was going at it. Whereas the police broke it up. He was like, that's it. You know what I mean? Then that's when I got to know Mick. He gave me a hug. We kicked it the next day, and I felt this vibe. I was like, yo, I'm feeling you, man. All right, and then that was it. Me and Mick was cool after that. Like I said, he pulled up. We went to the backstage. We chilled. We popped some bottles together, and then we just kept the vibe going from there. But Mick is a cool dude, man. Word up. He's a cool dude, yeah. But me and him had a fight.
Yeah, shout out to Mick. Mick is from my building. We from the same projects. But Mick Mick was bigger than you though, right?
Yeah, but Mick was I had a size on me too. You know what I mean? I had a little size on me because you know when you in the pins, you eating everything, you doing your little workout and all that. In the foreman, I was doing my little shit in my cell. I was working out in my cell, trying to keep my shit up because I ain't gonna let nobody manhandle me. You know what I mean? So I knew I was gonna come across a big nigga. So Casey King, they're rumming in like that, we grabbing and all that. I can have enough strength to hold myself down. But Mick had a size on him too. But he was a little bigger than that. A little firm. Right. The last time I seen him, he gained a little weight. But he's a little firm and young back then, man. But you know.
And y'all kept it straight hands. It wasn't no wrestling, tussling.
None of that. No. You know how you. Yeah, we kept it straight hands. It was straight hands. Then sometimes we'd tangle up. Then, you know, break it up. Go at it again. You know what I mean? Break it up, go at it again. Because, you know, police love seeing a fight. So, it was just going back and forth. I think we did about maybe four rounds. Once we locked up, I consider that one round. You feel what I'm saying?
And you said you was on the uptown side?
Nah, I was on the Brooklyn and Queens side, and they was on the uptown side. That was the police side. So anything that get broke, like the phones or anything, police was giving it to them niggas. When our shit get broke, we gotta wait a day or two. So when they TV broke, that nigga tried to come get ours. We was like, we fighting for this TV. You know, I was gonna send one of the fighters out there, because you know it was Trump Plaza over there too. So once I seen Big Mick come out, I was like, no, this ain't gonna happen. He gonna demolish Shorty. We gonna lose our TV. Everybody gonna be eating ice cream around here. Nah, we watching coming to America tonight.
You said that was the first time it was coming on TV?
Yeah, we wanted to watch that shit. We was like, nah. You know, I had my chair stacked up, because I wasn't sitting on no flat ass chair. Neck all fucked up and all that. Nah, I had to stack my shit up, at least 9 chairs up, so I could be right in front of the TV like that. It wasn't taking that, my G. It wasn't getting that TV, man. That's a fact.
Them niggas bugging out. They was trying to come and just take your whole TV?
Yeah, because the police was from uptown, and that nigga was like, we going to the other side, see what's up with these dudes' TV. You know what I mean? Nah, he ain't taking ours. Nah, he ain't taking ours. Nah. I knew if I'd have sent the lame out there, I knew Mick would have smashed him. I knew he would have smashed him. We'd have been out of TVs. Nah, I wasn't eating no motherfucking vanilla ice cream all day. Nah, I wanted to watch that. Nah, they could have came over. They could have came over in the day room and watched it with us. We didn't have no problem with that.
So when was your first time on Rikers Island? Like, what year was the first time you went to the Ford building?
My first time was in 86 or 87. That was my first time on the island. But I already had that shit in me, man. I already, heard the stories, but I was like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I went up in there. Shit was crazy up in there. I was a little nigga, but I had a little size on me. Niggas ain't really fuck with me. And if niggas did fuck with me, I was gonna give them the business, but I chill. I was doing what I do. Niggas ain't fuck with me.
Was it Queens niggas in there doing
them?
It
was Queens niggas. Well, fuck, I think I was at Mar 9, Mar 8 and shit. I can't even remember these niggas' names because I was trying to get out and get on, you know what I mean? But then when I went to court, I knew I wasn't going home. So around that time, that's when like John Rambo was in the building. A couple of heavy hitters was in the building too. Then they moved me to Two Top. I think that's where Rambo was. A couple of Queens niggas in there, but it was basically BX running that shit. So basically, it was BX running that shit, but Queens niggas had time on the phone. So being that I was new to the environment, I'm not gonna jump out the window like that. I'm gonna see what's popping, talk to a couple of niggas and shit like that. Found out a couple niggas from Queens and shit. They put us on. They put me on to what was going on and all that. I was like, so when we gonna get this popping? He said, yo, it's too many of them. They got guns, we don't, this and that. So I'm like, all right, we gonna wait for them niggas to pop. Sure enough, them niggas popped off. And shout out to Rambo too. I seen him on Downstate too. One day I was coming through and I seen him. I shouted him out and shit. Shout out to Rambo from BX, man. You know what I mean? But
what you mean? Y'all was beefing over the phones in Two Upper?
Yeah, I think the Queens niggas that was there already, I think they wasn't established. I think because Two Upper was basically a BX house. So there's a couple, maybe about 5, 6 heads in there from Queens. You know what I mean? And I guess some of them had to share times. You know what I mean? Niggas getting half an hours. Nigga got to split that with a nigga, so that's 15, this and that. And then one day it just popped, man, and it just popped in the day room. Straight in the day room, just went out. Niggas was going ham in the day room. I got busy, but I was the first one out the door because I needed one of the motherfucking lockers in one of the cells. And the first lock I got was the first cell I went in was number 1 next to the laundry. Went in there, got a locker. Came back out. The first one I threw it at was Rambo. Then Ride Squad came in, and that was it. I'm a fast forward a little bit too, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rambo again, man. My bro came through, kicking it with him and shit. So one day he was coming through the hall and shit, and he said, "Yo, this real talk too, man." He said, "Yo," so he said, "Let me hold that chain." So I gave it to him. Like 3 minutes later, Rambo came back. He was swinging the chain I just gave to my brother. I said, "You serious, Rambo?" He said, "Yeah." It kept it moving because I couldn't pop because I was on crutches. I was playing ball and I fucked my shit up. So I was like, "Okay, Ram, I'm gonna see you again," but we never seen each other again until that day I was going through downstate and I seen him. But I was on I changed already. I wasn't on that shit no more. You know what I mean? It was just love. That was childhood shit. So I was like, "What up, man? Go, I'll see you. I'll holler at you." It kept it moving, you know. And I talked to my brother. He said, "Yo, son, these niggas came out of nowhere. You know, I'm trying to get home. You know, I ain't trying to do this and that." I was like, "Don't even worry about that. I'm going to be here. I'll probably see him again through the whole week." But I never seen Rambo again, man. Now, shout out to Rambo once again. That's my dude. That's my dude. But, yeah, that was my first time on the island. And then I went up north. I did what? I did a 1 to 3. And then in 9, fast forward to 9-1 and 9-2. That's when that was my glory days, you know what I mean? When it was like, I was really on it, you know what I mean? I ain't give a fuck about anything. It was just like, I was just on a beast mode shit, you know what I mean? And when I went to the 4th building, it was basically kind of laid out already because most of the niggas from the hood, 8 niggas from my hood was already in there. Mart 8. Quite sure you know about Mart 8, everybody, right?
Yeah, you talking about when you came back through, it was 8 niggas already there?
They was already there. I was up north, and then when I came back through in 9-1, 9-2, them niggas was already in there. You know what I mean? first, you had to go through the process. I went through my process, March 6th, did what I did in there. Another house, did what I went there. Then I went to Mar 8th. It was already laid out. 8 niggas from the same projects had the house in the smash. Well, I ain't had to do nothing. I ain't had to. Truthfully, the only thing I wanted was shine. I just seen mad jewelry. I just got on some jewelry shit because I had it in the town, and it was like it embedded in me. I need some jewelry. I need some jewelry. I need some jewelry. And I was just yapping everything. That's when I left Mar 8. But when I was in Mar 8, that's when mostly the Trump Plaza shit went down. When I can't even, you had the his name wrong, right?
What?
The nigga I had to fight with for the Bo Jacksons. Nah, it wasn't Gotti's, not Gotti. Wick Wop or something like that. I can't think of his name, man. But he turned into a beast, though. He turned into a beast on my second round. When I came back around again, he turned into a beast. I heard, who, what? You serious? Like, yeah. I was like, all right, But me personally, I never, you can ask anybody, I never pick on a week. I never did that, man. I even stopped other niggas when I came home. Other words, when I was blood, I used to stop some of the homies. We don't pick on a week, my dude. We don't do that, man. We don't do that. You know what I mean? But back to the 4 building. Yeah, man, it was basically like laid out for me because all my G's from the hood was already in there already, man. You know what I mean? And I ran into Shushan. Shout out to Shushan too, man. That's my G too, man. He was in Two Top when I was yapping everything and shit. Me and him even made some exchanges on some jewels and shit one day, man. I had caught some, and what I caught it was a nameplate, Melissa on it. I remember like it was yesterday. I went up to see Shu. I was like, yo, let's do a change. This your girl name. I remember you telling me that. I gave him that. He gave me a ring. Now with that. Yeah, Shushan. What's up? What's up with Shushan? Anybody know what's up with Shushan? Tell him Sha-Wells said, what up, man? Reach out to me, man. Or somebody hit me up with something so I can reach out to him, man. Yeah, Shushan, man. Shushan was in the building too with me, man. But yeah, man, it was basically laid out for me on the island, man. I just was like, I don't need to do nothing. I'm just gonna be doing what I've been doing. Looking for some shine. Do what I gotta do, that's it. But I was on it hard though, man. I ain't give a fuck, Even if I knew that was your man, I'll ask you first. Yo, what's up with son? That's my man. He look a little shaky, let me try him. I tried the nigga, man, and it comes like the nigga ain't fighting back or it's this and that. I ran into, I don't want to put no names out there, but shout out to all of, the niggas I yapped. And it was crazy, man. It was crazy, though. Wow, it was crazy. I had fun doing them Island days, man. It was crazy.
You had to be a brave motherfucker to come through and keep your shine on the island. So if a nigga had shine on, like, it was kind of assumed that a nigga held it down.
I ain't really give a fuck. It was basically niggas movement. His body language says a lot, you know what I mean? And it was like, yo, I think I could test this nigga. And I just do what I do, and it's like, it'd be crazy, man. It'd be crazy how sometimes you think a nigga live like that, but he really ain't until like niggas like ask me sometimes, well, how you know how to fight? Because I fought niggas that know how to fight. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna become nice if you don't fight niggas that know how to fight. You feel what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, did you ever in your history lose one on the island?
Nah. I don't think so. No. Absolutely not. I don't think so. I got jumped on the island before because I yapped some nigga and I yapped some nigga, and I yapped the nigga in the yard. You know the yard that when you go to 2 Upper, you gotta go to they shit right there, and you go to the big yard right there. Mm-hmm. I yapped the nigga, and like, I think like a couple of months later, my man Bezo, shout out to Bezo, he could verify this. I was in a barber shop, I got my hair cut, and I was coming down the stick, and I was going back to Mar 8. So I looked, I said, why these 8 niggas is standing there like that? I said, fuck it. So they see me still coming, they just went downstairs. So when I reached the bottom, niggas jumped out. It was the nigga I yapped. He had his mans in him with him. I was like, yo, what's up? It's like, all right, you gonna see what's up. So I seen a broom in the corner. I eased over there and got the broom. I only got 1 lick off though. And it was a rap nigga hit me in the eye. Thank God, what's this nigga name, man? They was gonna try to finish me off too. Travis, white boy that be patrolling the hallways in the 4 building.
What you mean they was gonna try to stab you?
Nah, they was gonna try to beat me the fuck up right there, my nigga. Cause once I only had 1 swing, son, and the broom broke. And it was like maybe 5 or 4 of them niggas, man. They was like, yo, you only got 1 swing, Wells. I was like, yeah, whatever, but I'm gonna get one of you niggas. So they circling me, trying to fake me and all this other bull. So I said, let me just swing and just get the move in. I swung, hit the nigga, let the broom go, and got busy. Nigga caught me in my eye. Police, Travis came downstairs, threw them niggas on the wall and all that. But I was seeing mad gummy bears and shit out of my eye. I'm like, oh, man. Travis is like, you good? You got? I'm like, just give me a minute, man. Just give me a fucking minute. So he called me. He said, yo, who you want to fight on this wall? I said, I want to fight all of them niggas, one by one. Let my motherfucking eye calm down for a minute. Let it calm down. So the shit was beating so, the nigga called a lucky one too. Shit was beating so fast, I was like, yo, just take me to the clinic, man. My shit, I kept seeing stars and shit, gummy bears, my shit just blinking out. I'm like, yo, so he took me there. About 2 years, I think about 2 years later, I was in Franklin. I was walking up the path. I walked past the nigga I yapped. I said, yo, this nigga look mad familiar to me. I said, I gotta get in that house. I gotta see this nigga. Sure enough, that nigga seen me. He was like, yo, Wells, that was a long time ago. I was like, I just wanted to know it was you, little motherfucker. And I'll never forget none of my bandits' face. He was like, nah, yo, I'm about to go home. I was like, yeah, I'm about to go home too. I just wanted to know it was you. He's like, yeah, it was me. I was like, all right. And just kept it pushing. But yeah, I came home from Franklin. I definitely came home from Franklin.
And you said you did how much on that bid, when you came home from Franklin?
I only did I did a 2 to 6. I did a 2 to 6. My first bid was a 1 to 3. And then I did the 2 to 6. And then I got that football number.
How much you did off that football number?
Michael Jordan.
Straight?
Straight.
In the state?
Mm-hmm. In the state.
And that was your third bid?
That was my third bid. Yeah. My third bid. That's it, Parkland. At first, at the beginning, like I was still GG. I was still blood. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I had that chip on my shoulder. It was like, all right, I got that 20 to do. All right, I ain't feel it. It ain't hit me yet. You know what I mean? Even when I went to the 4 building in the Citrus house, police like, oh, you back again? I was like, nah, I'm going up. He said, all right. I was wilding in there. They took me to the what's that shit again? Where everything come to you?
Admin sec?
CMC? Yeah, they took me there like in the next week because I went up in there. Yeah, I went up in there, threw my shit, and the next day they said, yo, Richard said, pack up. I said, yo, where I'm going? They said, you're going to the other side. Your classification just went up. Y'all went on that side, man. I seen this Puerto Rican kid, man. This nigga had like maybe 9 chains on, man, with charms on them shits. I said, oh, this is my ticket out of here. But one day, that nigga was giving out washcloths. He was bending down, going in a bucket, giving them out. So when he got to me, I had the ice pick in my pocket, and I had the dead arm on cock, right? So I said, so he picked one out. He said, you want this? I said, nah. So when he bent right back, when he bent down again, you know the chains is hanging, right? I swept all of them chains off his neck and gave him a one piece to back him up so I could get time to stash the chains. I stashed him, pull that ice pick out, got up on him. Lady on the bubble see me, she said, please stop. I was like, nah. She hit that button. I was still putting in work. When I heard that buzzer hit, I threw the banger under the Hold on. Yo, I gotta say something. Fuquan, shout out to Fuquan. Fuquan ain't the only one that got a ride on that buggy, kid. I got a ride on the buggy that day, kid. they shot me straight to the Wami pit on that buggy. Straight up. Fuquan ain't the only one. Fu ain't the only one that got a ride on that. But when them niggas ran it up in there, lady said it was him pointing. I tried to take my shirt off and everything, but it was like him right there. Big white nigga came up to me. He's like, listen, you don't tell me where that banger had, I'm gonna drag you up and down. I'm taking you in the cell. I'm gonna throw you from wall to wall, right? I was like, all right, no doubt. I said, yo, it's under the laundry cell right there. So he went in there. They handcuffed me, threw me on the boogie, took me straight to the wire meat pen. So I hit the wire meat pen. I'm like, I'm taking all the change out and all this and shit, boom. Checking what I got and all this, what I'm gonna take up north, what I'm gonna give away, what I'm gonna sell, this and that. The dude, one of the wild meat pen porters, he came to me, he was like, what's up, you? I was like, yo, check this out, right? I'm gonna give you a chain. I'm gonna give you 2 chains. I know you got a gun in here, cause where I'm going, I'm gonna need it. So he like, I said, yo, I'm gonna give you 2 chains, you give me a gun. That nigga gave me a rug. By him giving me that rug, I gave him 3 chains. I kept 1 chain because one was bigger than the other and the shit was solid. That's the one I was gonna go to the mountains with. Boom, so I got the joint, I don't give a fuck. So the nigga I beat up. They kept, you know, they go therapy or keep you in the YME pen all motherfucking day. They kept me in there for about like 9 hours.
So hold on, the kid with the chains, you was putting work on him with the hands, or you was hitting him with the
hands in the banger, my nigga. Hands in the banger. You heard? But I wasn't hitting him with the banger. I wasn't hitting no body shots. I wasn't trying to catch nobody. I was catching all arms, but the dead arm was loose, catching all face, everything, because he's worrying about that banger while this dead arm is just catching him. Bing, 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 and I'm poking him in the arms and all that, the leg. Bing, 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 and hitting them all over. When that buzzer hit, I knew that was motherfucking Ride Squad, so I threw this shit under the thing. He ain't had no chance. I wasn't trying to give him a chance or nothing. Especially when I got all them chains on me. So when they took me to the YME pen, he did come. Police came and said, yo, you're getting a new charge. But that shit never followed me, though. I don't know if it did or not. I ain't give a fuck at that time. So this one they took me to SED. So what's that shit called again?
Admin SED.
Admin SED. They took me to Admin SED. So, you know, Admin SED, it's killers in there, too. Yo, and I want to straighten some shit out. I don't know who said it, but Sha-Wells was never scared to go on no 3 lower. I was never scared to go on no 3 lower. Never. I went up in there. Niggas tried to get me, but I don't know the Jamaican nigga name. He had it locked down there. He yelled on the gate one day, talking about nobody. He yelling out sales that he only wanted to go to fucking yard. What? This nigga don't know who I am? What the fuck? Yo, CL, put me down for the yard. Went to the yard. It's like, yo, who the fuck is you, rude boy? Just started popping with him. Bing, 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 bing. Took me right back. I don't give a fuck. Fuck out of here. Stupid. They ain't gonna yell out. I don't know what cell I went, but I know I ain't hear my number call. I was like, who the fuck is that? Fuck. He was like, yo, when police come around with the cell, asking who want to go to the yard, this numbers that gotta go and this and that. Who the fuck is this Jamaican ass nigga? Yo, CO, yeah, put me down. I don't care. 14, cell 14, yeah, put me down. Went to the yard. What's up? That was you? That's it. Bing, 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 beat him up. They came out, put me back in my cell. Fuck is that nigga there?
So you say you approached him in the yard, or he approached you in the yard?
I stepped at him. I know his voice. I seen it because when you come out for the shower and all that, I was thinking, heard his voice and all that, talking to his mans and them. So, fuck is this lame here? Yo, when the police come around, ask who want to go to the yard. These are the numbers that got it. Fuck out of here, homie. I don't know who you is. I went to the yard. What's up, homie? Bing, bing. Went straight to him. And I was just trying to hear nothing. Bing, bing, bing. Fuck out. You think I'm going to sit in the yard, wait till the drama come to me? No. No, you ain't call my cell out, so I'm going to step to my business. Fuck out of here. You ain't going to have me. That's it. I just seen like maybe 6 niggas in the yard and the whole Bing was packed. This dude bugging. Nah. Never scared to go to 3 lower. But, I got lots of stories, man. Especially them up north, George. I got lots of stories when I turned homie, all of this, man. It was just crazy, man. I was just like, I ain't give a fuck. You know, someone had their, I learned how to hold some and fold some. But the ones I didn't fold, I gave them the business. But the ones I did fold, I escaped. Because it was, you know how niggas, I'm a thinker. Nah, I ain't gonna, let me get the fuck out of this one. And keep him pushing. I'll blow a nigga head off, get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, it was hectic, man. Doing that. That first 10, I had mad fun. I had mad fun. For my first 10 years, it was just, I was going to the box, this and that. I was just doing all types of shit, especially when I turned homie. I think I just was more out of control. And then for the next 12, it was like, all right, let me calm the fuck down, man. I'm trying to get to New York now, man. That's where's it at. And then that's when I started educating myself and doing what I had to do to get out of that criminal state of mind. I had to get familiar with my thoughts, what the fuck I didn't like, what I liked it, everything, man. I got rid of my TV. It was just like, I was just changing. And they said, Then when my parents passed, I really got on a different level of things, man. Wow, this shit just changed, and more changes came. Then I got a date. My first one I didn't make it because I had that fucking lame. I can't think of this dude's name, man. That nigga had me shaking in front of him though. My nigga gave me 2. And then I went to Green Haven and all that. Then I went to Cadre. That's when I made the board. You know? I've been in these streets not in the streets, I ain't in the streets no more. I'm on the sidewalks for 5 years now, you heard?
That's good, man.
Yeah, man. But my journey was crazy, man. I had mad fun learning shit as a youngster. I think if I knew what I knew now, I think I'd probably been a goody. I'd probably been in school playing ball or something. You know, because when I was behind that wall, I was cracking plenty of niggas' asses and all that. Niggas can vouch for that, you know what I mean? Niggas can stamp that. But I could have made it, but I chose the streets, man. You know what I mean? I got infatuated with the fancy jewels, cars, and all that. And I just took off from there, and it was a wrap, man. It's like I just lost basketball, lost this, it was the streets now. I wanted that money. I wanted the jewelry. You know what I mean? Yeah. Typical story, like every nigga in the hood. Nigga wanted that shit, man. It was crazy though, man. But my journey through life, I had fun. I don't think I really regret some of the shit I did because I'm still here.
Was you running into a lot of that? A lot of niggas you robbed and shit on Rikers Island. Was you running into them throughout your whole bid?
Yeah, I ran into a lot of niggas, man. I had put the beats on, man. Shout out to Bam Bam. I think Bam Bam from BX. Me and him had a little scuffle in the hallway and shit. I came up there 2 upper, and I told him. He noticed the fact, so I said, "Y'all ain't gonna be here, but let me rock the phone. Let me get on the jack." He was like, "Police be rocking this shit all the time, so you ain't gonna have none." I said, "Nah, I know these folks, they gonna let me get on mine." Guess he got on some other shit, and it was like, you know what? I'm out of here. His whole house got beef. So I seen them niggas in the hallway one day and I popped on Bam. But then I went to Green Haven. Somebody said, yo, Bam is here. I said, all right. Bam came, we talked it out. That's childhood shit. And me and him became cool. So shout out to Bam, man. There's a lot of niggas. Prince, shout out to Prince too, from BX. I think he was his brother named Dre. Me and Prince had beef. We ran into each other in, when I was in Cadre. We went to the yard, we kicked it. Yeah, that's childhood shit, yeah, you know. Who else? I had a lot of like bandits, man, that I ran across, and it was like none. And I ran into some of them in the town too, man. Yeah, it was like, it was cool seeing these niggas, man. Like, damn, you know. But the shit I did, like when people, like some of the shit I did, man, it's like it was done for a purpose. You know what I mean? And some of the shit I did, I just did it to do it. You know what I mean? I just did it to do it. Not to say it wasn't nothing else to do. I could have been getting money with my brother and all that, but I was in the streets though. I wanted that fast money. And getting that fast money, it comes with aggressiveness. You gotta be aggressive, and it's like every time I throw a brick, fight, whatever, that shit is right there. It's like, you know, kill or be killed. So it was like, attack nigga first. You know what I mean? But
you grew up in, that's the only place you ever lived was Edgemere?
Nah. See, this shit goes way back, my nigga. Me and my brother, we was in the streets like when we was like toddlers, man. When we was like 11, 12. I can't give it all to you, my G, because my brother, he got everything in the book, so I gotta keep that, like, I gotta shut that down. But it goes back there, man. Like, it was crazy, man. My life was crazy, man. Wow, it was fun, but it was crazy at the same time. You know what I mean? Because I'm hopping here, but I used to be in Brooklyn too, man. I'm gonna give you a little piece. I was in a group home in Brooklyn, man, and I used to go to what's that? I used to go to two. What's that shit? Right across the street from Brownsville. Is that 263? If I'm mistaken.
Yeah, that's Marcus, 263.
I used to go to Marcus, and I used to and the group home used to be on East 98th Street, right across the street from Brookdale Hospital. And then if you walk up from Brookdale Hospital, you got that other school too, 275 or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's the school. Yeah, that's where I went to.
Yeah, I went to the one across the street from Brownsville. And
yeah, Marcus and 275 had beef at all times.
Yeah, that's a fact, yeah. So when I was in 263 and shit, I was in a group home. I used to go to that school. So I'm in Brooklyn. That's why I got to know a couple of Brooklyn niggas and shit, Brooklyn chicks. I was just like, I was back then. I really was quiet, but I'll snap in a minute on you. You know what I mean? So after those years, I just came home. That's when I caught my first bid. After I came home from that group home shit, I threw a brick and caught the 1 and 3. And it's crazy that a lot of people don't know my real name, but they only know me by Sha-Wells. They don't even know how I got Sha-Wells. You heard? Mm. And that was from, and a bandit gave me that name too. One of my band, he knew my first name and my righteous name, and he called me that shit one day, and it stuck. You heard? And then my pop's name was my first name, so I put it like that. But that nigga was the first one that gave me my name. I can't think of his name, but he gave it to me though.